Electric vehicles are one of the newest and fastest growing innovations in the automotive industry. The electric vehicle, EV, has grown in popularity in recent years, including a segment of the internet as well as a larger share of the automobile market. Many of you may be thinking about buying an electric vehicle to kick off the new year, but aren't sure which models to look at. In that case, stick around until the end of this video to learn everything there is to know about my top 11 best electric cars to buy in 2022, listed in no particular order. In this video, we'll go through my top 11 picks, both current and upcoming, as well as the pros and cons of each model. First, let's take a look at Lucid Air. 1. Lucid Air. The 2022 Air by Lucid Motors is a promising candidate for the ultimate performance sedan. This newcomer model recently won Motor Trend's Car of the Year 2022 title, beating the acclaimed Mercedes EQS and the Porsche Taycan. The 2022 Air comes in 3 flavors: Dream Edition Range, Dream Edition Performance, and Grand Touring. Both Dream Editions have 118 kilowatt-hour battery packs and are priced at $169,000 each. The range in which they can travel is 500 miles on a single charge, while the performance variant maxes out at 470 miles. The performance has superior horsepower at 1,111 horsepower versus 933 horsepower. Both produce the same 1,025 pound-feet of torque. The performance model accelerates to 149.87 miles per hour in 9.67 seconds thanks to its increased acceleration. The range variant completes the quarter mile in 10.24 seconds and accelerates to 132.9 miles per hour. The Grand Touring is significantly less expensive, starting at $139,000, yet still comes with a 112 kilowatt-hour battery pack and 800 horsepower. The Grand Touring accelerates to 127.56 miles per hour and completes a quarter mile in 10.7 seconds. The least impressive model in the lineup is the base variant Lucid Air Pure, which starts at $77,400. 2. Rivian R1T. As the first ever four-wheel drive EV to be mass-produced, you can imagine how little competition Rivian's R1T has to begin with. However, if there was competition, it would likely be left far behind. With 4 motors delivering 10,000 pound-feet of torque and a top speed of 60 miles per hour in 3.0 seconds, the R1T is suited for off-road adventures. The battery pack has a capacity of roughly 135 kilowatt hours and provides a range of just over 310 miles. But what really makes the R1T handling dynamics that really make it worth your money. Even after the sharpest maneuvers, the R1T bounces back into its posture thanks to the floor-mounted battery pack and adjustable suspension dampening. With 2 large displays, leather seats, and wood accents, the interior offers a rich blend of luxury and practicality. The steering wheel includes the driving, visibility, and comfort controls. There is plenty of storage in both the front and the cabin. The base version of the Rivian R1T is slated to sell for $67,500, which is a great price for such a powerful electric vehicle. 3. Tesla Model S Plaid. Tesla Motors is without a doubt the most well-known brand on the market thanks to its electric vehicles like the Model S Plaid. The Plaid drivetrain was changed to a tri-motor this year, and the cooling systems were substantially enhanced, allowing the 100 kilowatt-hour battery pack to release electricity at voltages up to 460 volts. To put things in context, the Plaid just made history by being the first stock car to run the quarter mile in less than 9 seconds. Given that the Plaid starts at around $130,000 and the only other stock car that comes close to matching this acceleration is the $2 million Rimac Nevera, this is a remarkable feat. With Plaid's interior aimed at comfort and functionality, but not much else. The infotainment interface is on a 17-inch monitor, although the majority of the driving controls are on the steering wheel. Speaking of the steering wheel, Tesla has replaced traditional circles on the steering wheel with a futuresque squarish design. However, as many of us would consider Tesla's smart tech bells and whistles to be a deal breaker for the price. 4. Volkswagen ID.4. The Volkswagen ID.4 was designed for the everyday family driver who requires a vehicle that is efficient, capable, and has a long range. For a starting price of $41,190, the ID.4 comes with an 82 kilowatt-hour battery pack and a single 201 horsepower rear-wheel drive motor. After the first edition, an all-wheel drive version with a dual-motor powertrain producing around 300 horsepower is scheduled to be released. From 0 to 60 miles per hour, the rear-wheel drive took slightly over 7 seconds, while the all-wheel drive took roughly 5.5 seconds. The ID.4 is relegated to the EV community's low-end sector because of its limited range of roughly 250 miles on a full charge. The inside retains the premium high-end feel that one would expect from a Volkswagen. The large cabin is decorated with low-toned plastic and leather-like accents. The level of technology included is adequate for the typical individual, although it may disappoint EV fanatics. The infotainment system is housed in a small 10-inch panel, although many functions are located on the steering wheel as tactile buttons. The architecture of the telemetry panel behind the steering wheel is incredibly simple and clean. The Volkswagen ID.4 is a wonderful family SUV when you consider the price and overall package, but it isn't a smart choice for power EV enthusiasts. 5. Ford F-150 Lightning. Next, we'll look at an electric pickup truck. The F-150 Lightning, Ford's newest addition to their best-selling F-Series, will begin delivery in spring 2022. According to early rumors, the Lightning will cost anywhere between $40,000 and $90,000, depending on how many extra features a consumer wants in their truck. With 300 miles of estimated range, exceptional roominess, a 15.5-inch infotainment interface, and up to 11 power outlets dispersed throughout the large interior, the features are rather conventional for a pickup truck. There's also a frunk, which Ford and its fans have been raving about for the past few months. The Ford F-150 Lightning, as you've undoubtedly figured out by now, isn't a performance or luxury vehicle, but it fulfills all the boxes on a typical urban driver's wish list. In addition, the onboard power outlets can charge additional electric vehicles or even power your home in the event of a blackout. 6. Hyundai Ioniq 5. The Ioniq 5's smartly curved, sharp, triangle-glinting exterior, like that of other Hyundai vehicles, makes the German Car of the Year 2022 a major head-turner for a price of around $63,000. The cabin is designed in a minimalistic, ultra-modern style and features two 12-inch monitors, one for controls and telemetry, and the other for entertainment. The trunk has a storage capacity of more than 500 liters without looking small to onlookers. When it comes to functionality of the Ioniq 5, consumers may select between two battery pack options: a 58 kilowatt pack with 238 miles of range and a 72.6 kilowatt hour pack with 298 miles of range. Because the automobile can accelerate from 0 to 62 miles per hour in under 5 seconds, the drivetrain and voltage must be well integrated. Some may disagree, but I believe it is clever of Hyundai to recycle paper and plastics for seats, doors, and window padding in vehicles such as the Ioniq 5. If you want to see the Hyundai Ioniq 5 in a different light, it will even appear in the upcoming Spider-Man film. 7. Kia EV6. Tesla is the benchmark for the EV community in general, so when an EV breaks a Tesla record, it's virtually immune to having to prove itself again. The EV6 by Kia surpassed the Tesla Model S to the Guinness World Record for the fastest charging time. The battery pack in this $58,500 automobile contains 77.4 kilowatt hours and is well optimized for a range of 315 miles. Acceleration from a standstill to 60 miles per hour might take 5 to 7 seconds depending on the variant. Two bright 12.3-inch monitors with very smooth and welcoming interfaces are integrated into the elegant interior. The EV6 has a trunk capacity of roughly 490 liters, which puts it in direct competition with the Ioniq 5. Another similarity is the utilization of recycled materials, which is likely to appeal to a broad audience. Overall, the EV6 is one of the best prospects for 2022's most desirable EV, offering a superb balance of utility and looks. 8. Genesis GV60. The GV60, a mid-range SUV from Genesis, a Hyundai subsidiary, was just unveiled. The model is expected to cost $55,000, with an all-wheel drive variant being significantly more expensive. We can tell Genesis got the car of the future design right just by looking at it, with its smooth ridges and virtually no sharp angles. The inside appears to be simple, but it's actually filled with smart and useful technologies like the intelligent pedal, surround surveillance, and a multimedia environment, with the 17-speaker sound system taking center stage. Underneath the surface, the GV60's battery pack has a range of 300 miles, and the car takes only 4.0 seconds to accelerate from 0 to 60 miles per hour, so describing it mid-range may be a stretch. Genesis has integrated useful systems such as biometrics and wireless charging to provide you the best driving experience possible. 9. Mercedes EQS. Next up, the popular Mercedes EQ, which features an uncharacteristically traditional arch sedan body, a comfortable interior, and a powerful motor in both rear-wheel drive and all-wheel drive variants. The brakes, on the other hand, have been criticized as being overly stiff. Recharging is relatively quick, and depending on your charger, it can be much faster. Two dash screens and an instrument panel are displayed on a single 56-inch glass display. The middle display offers augmented arrows for directions and a feed from the front camera. The lack of analog controls will almost certainly earn this car a lot of praise, but Mercedes has had to sacrifice interior luxury to keep the EQS affordable. 10. Ford Mustang Mach-E. It's no surprise that Ford EVs have appeared twice on this list as favorites. The Mustang Mach-E is the second vehicle in the lineup, a performance-oriented SUV with a starting price of $43,995. If you're buying the Mach-E for its performance and 270-mile range, the cabin and front combined produce a storage volume that's handy but might be a little too much for you. The Mach-E has a more than decent arsenal packed within, including Ford's signature automation and assistance system, Ford Copilot 360, an infotainment system based on a 15.5-inch touchscreen with 10 speakers, lighting personalization, and an aesthetically beautiful layout of digital telemetry gauges. 11. Polestar 2 Performance. Despite the fact that our next vehicle is last on this list, I doubt any list of the best 2022 EVs would be complete without the Polestar 2 Performance, an electric car that has nearly smashed the Tesla Model 3 and its competitors. The Polestar 2 is priced at $51,200 and features a dual-motor powertrain with 402 horsepower that can accelerate from 0 to 60 miles per hour in 4.1 seconds. Among other things, the Performance Edition features better braking and adjustable Hills dampers for suspension. The 78 kilowatt-hour battery pack can only travel about 250 miles before it needs to be recharged due to the two motors. The interior is a mix of plush and somber, but it still exudes luxury. The elegantly designed instrument cluster is just over 12 inches in length. Aside from that, an 11-inch dashboard display allows digital interactions with a stylish default UI that blends in nicely with the interior. Overall, I think the Polestar 2 Performance is an electric vehicle that everyone should consider. If you agree with my choices or have any further recommendations, please leave them in the comments section below. Want to learn more? Please subscribe to our channel, and thank you for taking the time to watch our video.